That's one of them situations where the doctor's like, "Say, bro, this shit you got, we don't fuck with that. Matter of fact, get the fuck out of here and take the chair you was sitting there with you."
17,000 cases of monkeypox infections in at least 75 countries, including the United States. Monkeypox isn't fatal, but it can cause fever, rashes, and extremely painful lesions. It's most often spread through close, intimate physical contact. On Saturday, for the second time in 2 years, the World Health Organization declared a global emergency to address the spread. The last time it was for COVID-19, this time for monkeypox. This is WHO Director General, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus.
WHO's assessment is that the risk of monkeypox is moderate globally and in all regions, except in the European region, where we assess the risk is high. There is also a clear risk of further international spread, although the risk of interference with international traffic remains low for the moment. So in short, we have an outbreak that has spread around the world rapidly through new modes of transmission about which we understand too little and which meets the criteria in the international health regulations. For all of these reasons, I have decided that the global monkeypox outbreak represents a public health emergency of international concern. Stigma and discrimination can be as dangerous as any virus. In addition to our recommendations to countries, I'm also calling on civil society organizations, including those with experience in working with people living with HIV, to work with us on fighting stigma and discrimination. But with the tools we have right now, we can stop transmission and bring this outbreak under control.
Here in the United
Yeah, so next thing to be scared of. And then he's saying, on the one hand, we're concerned about, stigma and people mistreating others as a result of this. But on the other hand, he's saying, okay, this is a world health issue and we need to, so it's like when you tell people that it's a world issue, it's it's an emergency, and then you tell people to be nice to the people who could possibly have it or exhibit behavior that'll lead to having it, then you know what I mean? It's like you're causing this, because when you tell us in this emergency and it's super dangerous, then people are going to automatically just treat people in a different way, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's just crazy. It's very. I don't like I say. I really hadn't followed it a whole lot, like covered it or really know too much about it. I was just like, okay, here's yet another thing to, you know, yeah.
Scare the shit out of everybody. I'm not going to cover this for too long. I'm going to play some more, though.
United States, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has reported more than 2,800 cases of monkeypox so far across 44 states, with the largest outbreaks in New York, California, Illinois, Florida, D.C., and Georgia. The White House has not declared a public health emergency that could bolster the U.S. response to the monkeypox outbreak. White House COVID response coordinator, Dr. Ashish Jha, said, quote, "It's an ongoing but a very active conversation at HHS." That's the Department of Health and Human Services. For more, we're joined by Joe Osmundson, professor of microbiology at New York University, scientist, activist, author of the new book, Virology, Essays for the Living, the Dead, and the Small Things in Between. He's featured in a new piece in The New Yorker headlined, "The Agony of an Early Case of Monkeypox." The piece begins, quote, "On the evening before Juneteenth, Joseph Osmundson, one of my best friends and a microbiologist at NYU, texted me, 'We think Andy has monkeypox.' 2 nights earlier, our friend Andy, as I'll call him, had spent hours hunched over in an emergency room with excruciating rectal pain, only to be refused testing. It was his 3rd try in 5 days. Andy's anal sores were internal. For patients to qualify for testing, CDC guidelines require the appearance of lesions on the skin. Osmundson needed help. Well, Professor Joe Osmundson, that's the opening paragraph of the piece in The New Yorker. Tell us where you went from there, and in the process, explain what monkeypox is.
Yeah, I'll actually start with the second part. Monkeypox is not a new virus, and this is sort of why our community has been so frustrated by the lack of urgency to get us the tools we need to care for ourselves and each other and to prevent this virus. Monkeypox was discovered in 1958 in animals and was shown in 1970 to exist in humans. It's a virus that's related to smallpox. You mentioned earlier that it's not deadly. It's not very often deadly, but in this outbreak so far this year, there have been 5 deaths, all of them in the endemic region between Congo and Nigeria. It's a virus that is similar to smallpox, but less dangerous. But it causes pockmarks all over the body, high fever. The lesions can be in the throat or on the mouth, inside the anus and rectum. They are excruciatingly painful, and the course of infection typically lasts 2 to 4 weeks. And during this time, patients are asked to fully isolate. So again, it's a pretty miserable virus, although it's not very often deadly. The frustration has been that because it's so closely related to smallpox, we actually, prior to this sort of explosion of monkeypox outside of the endemic region, we have FDA-approved tests. We have FDA-approved medications that are likely to help ease suffering. And most importantly, we have vaccinations that can prevent infection. So we have all of the tools, and yet all of these tools have been exceedingly difficult to access, even for someone like Andy, who has a PhD, has friends who are working on the response. I mean, it took direct phone calls to contacts in the New York City Department of Health and in the federal government to get him tested. And then once he was tested and presumed positive, it took another few days to get him access to TPOXX, which is, again, an FDA-approved medication that we thought would help. Once he did get TPOXX, he went in 24 hours from being in the most pain of his life to the pain easing. And within 5 or 6 days, all of his lesions had healed, and he was cleared to leave isolation.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like them trying to say like it's not scary, bro. All I heard was like lesions in the anus, like rectal lesions, like that don't. And then I can understand.
That comes from sexual intercourse, though, bro. Like that shit's not gonna attack you and then go straight to your ass, huh? Like,
I don't. I don't think so, because the other place they were talking about was throat, mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's sexual. So yeah, but still though, what I'm saying is like it's still scary as hell just to hear that. You're like, shit. Now you just don't want to touch no banisters. You don't want to sit on toilet seats or nothing. Like you're just gonna be like, damn, I don't want no freaking lesions in my anus. Like that don't sound like fun. And then I could sympathize with the doctor having to treat this too, like because they were saying they were having trouble getting treatment. And it's because they don't see the lesions on their body, and they're in their freaking anus. Like the physician is like, man, I don't really want to go up in there, bro. I don't really want to look in there.
Yeah, that's one of them situations where the doctor's like, say, bro, this shit you got, we don't fuck with that. Hey, matter of fact, get the fuck out of here and take the chair you were sitting there with you.
That's fucked up. We shouldn't be laughing at this, but I mean, you gotta sympathize with, with the physician or whoever feeling that way. But but then on the other hand, it is their job, right, to treat people. That's what their job is. what I be thinking about all the time, because people want to talk about sex work and they talk about women, they call them whores. Like, you know what I mean? But, you know, like me working in a restaurant, I whore myself in the restaurant. You know what I'm saying? And most of you whore yourself on your job with the truck. You get what I'm saying? If you really look at it honestly and truthfully. So the physician whores himself out to his patients, even though he's a doctor, you know, that's what he's doing, you know. So his job is to treat all of the patients no matter what. Like it comes in, it's like the prostitute. She has this sweaty dude that smells bad, but you know, he tips or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the physician has this guy with anal lesions. So like, bro, that's his job. Get up in there, deal with that.
I don't know, bro.
Pat says my connection won't let me get in, and he says, "Isn't that from and to gay people?"
You have to be pretty mature. Like you can't.
You don't have to be.
You have to be somebody that don't take a liking very much into dark humor, because somebody come into your office and be like, I got these lesions in my ass that hurts. You like, what the fuck? Like, you like, what?
It's like, are you joking right now? Are you serious with me right now?
Yeah, especially like if you know, could you imagine how they were like before these doctors had actually realized that this outbreak was going on, and you go in there, you're like, what? How is that possible? Like, you know, like, I don't know, bro. It's crazy, man. But no, you're right. You're right with everything you're saying. Like he has to treat them, but yeah.
Yeah. So, like you say though, like, are you serious with me right now? Are you joking? Pat says, I don't whore myself out to nobody, and if you sell yourself at work, it's your business.
Just don't don't go to no fucking urgent care with this shit, bro, because those are gonna be the ones that's gonna be like, we don't fuck with that here, bro. Like, you need to go to the emergency room.
Yeah, like we don't have the equipment. You need a specialist, bro.
Yeah.
Pat, this comment though, Pat said, isn't that from and to gay people? It's true, but you don't have to be gay to catch this, but that's the community that has been struggling with it. But we have to keep in mind, you know, and I was talking to this about somebody, and it's like, you know, think about a woman who's married to a husband and he's in the closet. She don't even know that he's gay or bisexual, you know? And, you know, it's a lot of that out there, man. It's a lot of that going on where you have these situations, and it's really because of the community not accepting, especially in our community, is not very accepting to gay men, especially. And so they, you know, they hide it, right? So then they, you know, they even have a family, they get married, they got children even, and they still do their thing. And then they're like, their whole family don't know about it. Now that's freaking where it would be dangerous as far as for the wife. And then like, what if the wife is cheating too? Like, you know, boom, here you go. So that's where it is, you know. So like, it doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, you don't have to be gay to catch this. You need to be promiscuous and having sex with random ass people.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could probably very well be a dude and, you know, meet some chick and, you know, go in there raw doggy, you know, and, you know, are you really feeling her and go in there raw doggy or whatever, which have you, however the shit work. Motherfuckers go in raw dog all the time, bro. Shit happens, you know, heat of the moment, you know, and boom, there you go. Like, she's a carrier of it or some shit, you know. You just never know. You never know, bro. It's bad. It's sad. It's something that needs to be dealt with. It's something that they need to have vaccines or medicines to treat people readily available for people that may be experiencing the symptoms of it or may have tested positive for it. So, but yeah.
Let me read the caption underneath the video. It says, nearly 17,000 monkeypox infections have now been reported across 75 countries, and the World Health Organization declared the spread of monkeypox a global emergency. Meanwhile, the U.S. has stopped short of declaring a public health emergency, even with 3,000 cases reported in 44 states. New York alone has reported 900 cases of monkeypox. With rollout of the vaccine inhibited by short supply, we speak to Joe Osmundson, professor of microbiology at New York University, about the queer-phobic myths about the viral spread, the global inequity of vaccine distribution, and more. This should have been an easy virus to contain, says Osmundson. The immense frustration in our community has been watching hundreds of people get sick, not because they're having sex, not because of their queer identity, but because they've wanted to get vaccinated and those vaccines have not been available. Osmundson also describes how he helped a friend get treatment for monkeypox. His new book is Virology, Essay for the Living, the Dead, and the Small Things in Between. Yeah. He said not because they're having sex, but because they didn't get their vaccinations. I mean, I agree. They need to be access to the vaccinations, but you also have to hold yourself accountable too. Let me read some more comments under here. It says, they always show random images of brown-skinned people that appear to be taken in the field whenever they reference someone with it. If there are 17,000 cases in the world and 3K in the U.S., let's see those hospital images for the sake of reference in the story to avoid bias. Yeah, that's true too. I ain't gonna lie. And everybody, monkeypox, just the name of it it sounds kind of racist to me. And then it's like, okay, so then they're showing images of black dudes with it. And when you look it up, that's what you're gonna see. Image of black hands. Let me read some more comments. It says, another crisis of late stage capitalism. Thank you, Professor. Another one. I love the fact that Amy can properly pronounce names and places with ease. It amazes me that she does this. She must speak quite a few languages. She says Arabic stuff very, very. She has to speak Arabic. She says those names way too well. There's some Indian names that she says way too well. I think she speaks some Pakistani or something. Let me read some more. It says, in any case, any crisis, America is the last place on earth that I'd want to be. Another one, it says, so it seems almost every major issue we are facing keeps boiling down to policy failure because capitalism needs to maximize profit before, helping people, saving people's lives. We lost Deuce. Pat say that's all right. Pat says that's bullshit. Black people have accepted gay people for decades, and you're in the closet. You better get out of the closet and into realness. I agree, Pat. And it's so dangerous. Like I said, I was talking to somebody like, if I was the wife and I caught monkeypox because my husband was gay this whole time and I didn't know this, he never revealed any. This information should have been revealed that you have some other sexual tendencies or whatever. We're getting married. I'm going to be your husband. You're going to be my wife. We need to have this conversation, I need to know these things. So like if this conversation never had and then now I catch monkeypox because this dude is out here, man, I'm gonna want to kill this dude. I swear, bro. Like that's gonna feel like a super ultimate violation. Like I'm gonna have to hurt you. I'm gonna hurt you. I mean, I'm gonna physically hurt you bad. I have to do that. That's the only thing. That's only justice I can think of. You hurt me physically. Now I have to hurt you back physically. So any woman that went through that, or I totally sympathize with her, and that would be mad fucked up. If it's okay, bro. If you gay, you gay. If you bisexual, you bisexual. It is what it is. But you need to be clear about that with your sexual partners. They need to know these things. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to somebody about this, and it's like, okay, so if you told the wife, now she's informed. So when you worry about him with his friends, like he has a friend named Tony, they hang out a lot. He's like, hey, bro, is Tony cute to you? Do you find Tony attractive? And if the husband hesitates too long, and she's like, pause, that took too long. He's like, and then she's like, wait, so are y'all fucking? And like, pause. You took too long to answer that too. Wait, hold on. You know what I mean? But if she's not aware that he even has this tendencies in them, then she wouldn't even know to ask these questions, or you know what I'm saying, to keep an eye out for that type of thing.
Yeah. But even if you are, like, if she is aware that you are a bisexual male or bisexual female, whatever, which have you, like, you still need to, again, hold yourself accountable and take some type of protective measures, have protective sex. Like, because you see
That's
that shit so commonly, bro, like gay males winding up with fucking HIV and this and that. And it's like, dude, like, protect yourselves, bro. Do something.
yeah. So the wife who ends up with it, and that would be so foul. Like that is such, like you said, he he didn't even protect himself when he was doing whatever he was doing, and then he brought it home to you, and like that's your husband. You shouldn't have to be worried about him being clean. You know what I'm saying? That that's a violation, man. That's ultimate violation right there.
Yeah. But yeah, at the end of the day, that takes a bold person to say they're going, for a man to even say, "Oh, I'm gonna be with a woman that's bisexual," and for a woman, like, what I'm saying, like, I just feel like, yeah, that shit may sound nice or cool. You getting ready to marry this badass chick and she bisexual and y'all have different chicks over, but like, bro, you have to somewhere in the back of your mind think like, where does her loyalty lie at the end of the day? Can I fully trust her? Or can I fully trust him? Like,
But see,
like,
but see your
I couldn't
thoughts.
do that shit.
But see, your thoughts is what leads to people not telling their person that they feel this way. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
no, yeah, I mean, no,
It ends
I
up being
get
a
that.
ends up being a deal breaker in the relationship. So then they're afraid to share it,
Oh, well, that's
and that's
that's
what leads
fine.
to the guy in the closet.
That's fine, but at the same time, like, hey, if you with a chick and you digging this chick and y'all, you really truly like in love with her and this and that, and you come out and tell her that, hey, man, I'm bisexual. I like to indulge over here on this side, and she says that she doesn't want to get married. That doesn't mean that you won't find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Because you may very well find a chick that's down with that shit, that find that shit cool for you to do, like, so I still think that you shouldn't be afraid. Like, to me, that statement that you made, in my mind, that's a cop out. That's a bitch move. Oh, I'm not gonna tell her because I love her so much. I may lose her, so I'm not gonna tell her, and I'm gonna just fuck other dudes, and then she gets pregnant with my child, and now she's infected with HIV, and now her and the baby both has it. Is that fucking fair, bro? Like,
No,
let's be
I
real.
don't agree with it at all. I'm saying that I agree with you. It is a bitch ass move. But what I'm saying is, that's what people are afraid of. They're afraid of people judging them and choosing to not be with them, and it be that one thing that just be the thing that pushes it over. But I feel like if we are more understanding with people about these kinds of things, then they're more likely to be honest with us and truthful with us, and really be, then we won't end up in situations like that where this person is being dishonest with us. Because if we're more open to them when they're honest with us, then they're going to be more honest with us more often, hopefully. Let me read Pat's comment. He says most women know their husbands. The problem would likely be a man not knowing his wife and what she's when he's at work. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it could go either way.
Uh, Yeah, and
Um,
like I say, it could be the woman out there cheating on you, bro, and she didn't truly fell for her sneaky link, like that nigga dicking her down real good to the point to where she like, fuck it, I don't even care, take the rubber off, and this nigga got monkeypox.
now you got lesions in your anus.
Yeah,
Damn.
that she got lesions in her anus and her pussy all on her mouth. You come home like, ooh, hey, what is that big ass bump on the side of your lip? It's like, Like, cause I already be funny about that shit anyway. I see somebody with a pimple around their lip, bro. I be like, okay, what the fuck? We got a little herpes situation going on here or what? Like, what the fuck? Bust that shit. Go get you some tea tree oil and put on that motherfucker or something. Get rid of that
Uh,
shit.
that's so nasty. Let me read some more comments. It says, there's plenty of money for war, but not for health crisis. Taxpayers should be outraged about how funds are allocated and used. I agree with that comment.
Say,
Another,
bro.
go ahead.
Go ahead. Nah, I'm just saying. I just had that thought. Like, in the year 2022, if motherfuckers are still passing a blunt around in rotation, y'all need to stop. That's some foul shit, dog. Nigga, everybody in the group need to have their own blunt. You're not hitting my blunt, nigga. Like, if you ain't my brother or somebody that I know, like I know how you get down, not hitting my blunt, bro. I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah,
not shorting you on my cigarette either.
yeah. We smoke personals over here. We smoke
Yeah,
personals over here, player.
yeah,
Like, let me hit that now. We smoke personals over here, player. You know,
yeah.
roll you one up, bro. Another comment, it says, I love your channel. Please stop showing black hands for monkeypox. I'm telling you. Another comment, it says, monkeypox is usually a self-limited disease with the symptoms lasting for 2 to 4 weeks. Severe cases can occur. In recent times, the case fatality ratio has been around 3 to 6%. Monkeypox can be fatal. The current outbreak is still statistically too small to have any estimate of fatality rate. Okay. All educational. Let me read some more. It says, I've been following the monkeypox as closely as I can through my contacts in academia, and there is something that I've noticed. In the beginning, when there was such a scare for 4 months back, it was not responded by the UN. They acknowledged it, but it was not a pandemic. My academic contacts across the planet were also not concerned. Okay. The pox was mentioned and started and spread rapidly in NATO countries who are present in West Africa. The pox was not even common in the cities of West Africa, but was being actively mentioned in the press of NATO countries. My conjecture is that NATO troops in the jungle picked this up and brought it back to their countries. Then others vected it from there. Damn. Okay. I'm not going to make no comments on that. It's going to make everybody mad.
Yeah. Just woke up.
Mad interesting to me. I was about to go to sleep and this just woke me up.